everybody. Let's make sure that the feet are touching the floor. So if you're shorter, you might have to come a little bit closer to the edge of your mat, or the edge of your chair. Great. Now let's get the feet parallel. Awesome, Dave. That's it, Pete. Take your time. And then everybody just pause for a moment and feel the 4 press points of your feet. Feel the inner heel and the outer heel. So press the heel down. And then feel the mound or the base of the big toes. And feel the base of the little toes. And then just pause for a second and notice, does it feel even on both of my feet? Or am I a little bit heavier on my right or a little bit heavier on my left? And sometimes that just takes a second or two to really observe and notice. And then once you feel like, okay, the weight is even, position the palms so that they're either facing down or facing up. That's really your choice, whichever feels more conducive to contemplation or meditation. And then let's all notice the bottom and see if we can anchor or root our bottom onto the floor a little bit more firmly, or onto the chair. You guys are not on the floor. And as we root the bottom onto the chair, can you also lift up through the crown of the head? So we're trying to find this balance. The balance begins on our feet, and then there's that balance between the rooting of our bottom on the chair seat and the lift of the crown of our heads. Let's let the eyes softly close. And there'll probably be some noise both inside the room and outside the room. So when you notice that noise, just turn your attention back to your feet, to the rooting of your bottom, to the lifting of the crown of the head. Now relax, everybody, the lower jaw. Feel like the lower jaw begins to drop away from the upper jaw. And then notice the rhythm of your breath. Which feels easier to you this morning? The inhalation or the exhalation?
One was on the special for the morning.
Notice which is deeper or longer, the inhalation or the exhalation. And then as if we were sitting at the end of a street, a busy street, watching traffic as it streams by. Notice your thoughts. And sometimes there'll be a break, if you will, a stop between the thoughts. When you realize, oh my gosh, I'm really caught up with my thoughts, just come back and notice the feet on the floor, the bottom on the chair seat, the crown of the head lifting, and notice your breath. One more time, notice the feet on the floor, the weight on the chair seat, the crown of the head lifting up, the rhythm of your breath. Let's draw the hands together right in front of the chest. And slowly lower the head. with no sense of urgency this morning, we'll return our hands to our thighs. And instead of forcing, we'll allow the eyes to open. We're going to begin this morning on our feet, not standing on our feet, but actually working with our feet. So take your time and lift your left foot off the floor and place it just on the outside of the right thigh. That's it. So it just kind of hangs there, yeah? And maybe, Diane, you can help Dave. Let's see if the foot can come a little higher. And then all we're going to do, you guys, is reach down with our hands. Now, if you've got socks on, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. We're going to just start to separate our feet, our toes, that is. So it's like, wow, we don't spend a lot of time on the feet in everyday life, but they're important to supporting us as we walk. So just, you might have to use two hands. Just spread the toes apart. Right. And then start at the tops of the toes and just massage all the way down the foot. If you're ticklish, you just have to work around that ticklishness until you get to the heel. And then not using the hands, just pick up the left foot, place it on the floor, and observe for a moment. Does your left foot feel different than your right foot? Yeah, different. Like can you feel how the left one is awake, if you will, and the right one?
Alive.
Alive. That's a great word, Barbara. So let's pick up the right foot. You might have to use your hand to cross it over. And we'll start up with the toes, and we're just going to separate the toes. Sometimes the toes will actually feel a little sensitive. Does anybody feel that? No. And then once you get done all the way down to the little toe, just start to slowly massage the foot from the tip of the toes all the way down to the heel. Great. Good job, Dave. All the way down. Yeah. And then when you pick up that right foot and you place it back on the floor, now notice if both feet, we'll use Barbara's word, if they feel alive now. You feel that?
Ready to run.
Ready to run. Great. Let's sit back though. We'll run in just a second, Zane. And we're going to now move up from the bottoms of the feet and the toes to the ankles, everybody. So we need to be able to put the left foot on the floor. Reach behind the right knee. That's it. And we'll start to make 10 circles in a clockwise direction. Now here's what's important. Not to let the not to let the knee do the work. We want to isolate the knee so that it's the ankle that's making these big circles. How about Peter, you are our official counter this morning?
I was counting, I got 10.
10, okay, great. You might need an auditor. Okay,
Yeah.
So let's go in the opposite direction. So Pete, we'll rely on you to let us know when we get to 10. Big circles, everybody. Almost imagine you're trying to draw on the floor a circle. 10. Let's take the right foot, press down on it. And as you press down on it, we'll lift up the left foot. We'll interlace the fingers behind. Great. Behind the left knee. All right, Pete, let's do 10 in a clockwise direction. And if you were right-handed or right-footed, you can probably feel how it feels a little bit more awkward or a little stiffer, right, John?
Yep.
A little stiffer as we make the circles on the left foot.
There you go.
10. Now counterclockwise, everybody.
I'm making a box.
You're making a box, right? That's a great observation, Barbara. Look at your foot, everybody, as we finish up these last couple of circles. And notice, is it an oblong? Is it a box? Does it actually look like a circle?
That's it.
That's it, 10.
See that shingle circle?
I do see the shingle circle. So now we're just going to sit back in the chair for a second, reestablish this even weight on both feet. And let's all draw the knees together. Great. Now extend the right leg. You're strong enough to not have to use your hands this time. And we'll point the toes, like a ballerina might point in toe shoes. And then we'll draw the toes back. Pete will do 5 of these, 5 total. So I'm counting number 3. Everybody push through the heel when you draw the toes back. And when you point the toes, really feel like they're going to move to the floor. 5?
6.
6? Uh-oh, I guess we'll have to do 6 on the other side to even it out. So up comes the left leg. Pointing, left side, right. Again, the left side might feel a little clumsier, at least that's how it feels in my body. Little clumsier as I work this. What's that, 6?
That's 6 now.
6. So now let's bring the feet back down to the yoga mat. And everybody just pause for a second and notice the feet. Mine feel very awake. How about you? Yeah? So let's come forward a little bit on our chairs, back to the edge. We'll move up from our feet now to our hips. And remember how in the very beginning we picked up the left leg. We used our hands just a little bit to let the left foot hang off of the right thigh. Left foot just hanging off of right thigh. Yeah, take your time. Great. Now step on the right foot, everybody. Step on it like you almost might feel like you're trying to stand up. That's the level of heaviness that we want to feel in the right foot. And then we're just going to reach around to the sides of the chair. And we're going to hold on to the sides of the chair as we think about lengthening the crown of the head up toward the ceiling. So reach up. Awesome. Now press down again on the right foot and begin to come forward, everybody. You may not make it very far because your left hip may suddenly chat with you about its tightness. Can you feel that? No, it's funny, I feel it in my own body. What we tend to want to do is then jut our chins, thinking that somehow that's going to help the left hip. It doesn't. So can everybody pull the chin in a little bit? Instead, let's step a little more firmly onto the right foot as we draw the core. Really pull the belly in and feel like the belly button's coming up towards your breastbone. Everybody take a breath, because as soon as we feel this tightness in the hip, we all tend to clench a little bit, right? So we're going to push down, push with the right foot to slowly come up. And as you come up, think about the crown of the head. Beautiful, Barbara, the crown of the head lifting up. Well done. Good morning, Carol. Let's take left foot to the floor. Oh, y'all are doing a fantastic job of not using the hands. Let's see what happens when we pick up the right foot. Yep, let's do this on this side, everybody. Take your right hand right into the crease of your knee and just pull the crease a little wider. That might make it just a tad bit easier on the side. And then put the foot on the outside of the left thigh. Welcome, Carol. We'll all start the same way, pushing down on the left foot, lifting up through the crown of the head. Oh, well done, everybody. Now go with your breath. So an exhalation finds us moving forward. Maybe the tighter side, maybe the easier side, whichever side it is for you. Could be equal. Go to your breath when you feel the discomfort. That's it, Carol. Just let it hang. That's it. Just let it hang. Instead of crossing the thighs, can you let the foot just hang off let your left foot hang off your right thigh. Maybe Diane, you can give her a hand just so she can feel what we're feeling. So now everybody, wherever you are, tuck in the chin. That's it. Press the bottom down and lift the chest up. Great. Now don't hold the breath. We're so tempted in these poses to kind of constrict our breath, but we're not going to. We're going to breathe in and come all the way up. Excellent. We'll take the right foot, uncross it, step it on the floor, and everybody pause for a second and make sure that the weight feels even. Right foot, left foot. All of this work that we're doing in the chair is important when we eventually come up to standing. We're training the mind and we're training the body to look for, to be aware of, to create an evenness between our 2 feet. So now we'll step the feet at least as wide as the chair legs are wide. Even if you go wider, you're going to make it harder for yourself, which I think is great. So let's slowly come forward. We're going to take the arms, everybody, to the insides of the knees. And if you're able, reach down and grab the ankles. And if you can't reach down and grab the ankles, that's fine. Grab a hold of the shins. That's it, Dave. Grab the right one as well as the left one. And then everybody feel like you're trying to root your bottom back onto the chair seat. And as you root your bottom onto the chair seat, gently press the knees out with the elbows and arms. Looking for a little bit of stretch in the inner thighs. Can you feel it, John?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, we got the stretch going on. So now remember that tendency we have to jut the chin. Let's not do that. Let's instead pull in the chin. Everybody pull in the core. And can you feel how the weight tends to go more heavily onto the balls of your feet or the front of your feet? Yeah, so we want to press into the heels more. The more you press into the heels, the more you're going to feel the stretch. Press into the heels and start to slowly, slowly come up. Press the bottom down as you make your way up. Excellent, everybody. Let's look over for the straps. We'll grab a hold of our strap. And we'll take the left foot, which is a little wide right now, and we'll bring it to the very center of the yoga mat. Diane did a great job of putting her straps down. So just unroll your strap. And let's place it right across the arch of the right foot. Got it on the arch. Great. Y'all are doing a fantastic job remembering that I'm opposite from you. So we'll bend the knee and we'll pull the knee toward the chest. Great breath. And then on a breath out, everybody, we'll extend the right leg. Oh boy. Wow, well done. Can you feel it behind the knee?
Yeah.
We're into the hamstrings now, right? That's it, Dave. You might feel it in the calf as well.
All the way up.
All the way up. So we all tend to want to lean back now. See if you can actually lengthen up. Think of the crown of the head reaching up towards the ceiling. Great. I'm just going to walk around for a second and help everybody. Draw the toes, you guys. This is for ultimate discomfort. Draw the toes back towards your face. Yeah, ultimate discomfort. That's it. And then keep remembering, oh, I've got to press. I have to press my bottom down as I lift the crown of my head up. It's a lot to do, right? Yeah, great, John. Now keep pushing through the heel. Everybody keep pushing through the heel, remembering to breathe. And then we'll slowly, even as we lower this right leg, we're slowly breathing. Yeah, usually there's this big exhale like, glad that one's over. So let's step on the right foot again.
It wasn't only chatting to me, it was writing a thesis.
Yeah, it's writing a thesis on how hard that is. So we'll put the strap right under the left arch. And let's just start back at the basic foundation. So press into the right foot. You might have to come forward, Carol, just a little bit so you can get your other foot on the floor. And then as we press down with our rear end, we're going to lift up through the crown of our heads. Great. So take your time. You'll pull your knee toward you, right? So it's bent. And then we'll extend it out. Great. Towards the front of the room. Doesn't go any further, I know. Sometimes it's interesting to look at the leg and say, really? This is what you can do this morning? So push through the heel. And isn't there a flip side of that, which is, wow. Look how amazingly well this leg works. Toes are drawn back. Now watch, I can feel it in my own body, you guys, that tendency to want to lean back. So press down to the bottom and lift up through the crown of the head. Yeah, you'll feel it more. The straighter you sit, the more upright you sit, the more you'll feel. And then we'll just release the strap and we'll slowly lower the leg down. Well done, everyone. We'll keep using the strap. Let's come right up to the very edge of the chair seat. It almost feels like if you come too much more forward, you're going to have to stand up. And let's step on the feet. We're not literally going to stand up, but there's that feeling that, wow, I'm pushing down so much that if I wanted to stand up now, I could. And then we'll take our strap and we'll hold it right between our thumbs and our pointer fingers. And then just take the strap up right over the crown of the head. And everybody pause here for just a second as we check to see now. Okay, am I pressing into my feet? Am I even aware of my feet? Am I aware of my bottom? Am I aware of the crown of my head? Now slowly breathe out and begin to lower the strap behind you. If there were a goal this morning, it would be not to bend the elbows, which can be really hard. So just take the strap a little bit wider between your hands. And then everybody pull in your core, the core being those abdominal muscles, those lower abdominal muscles between your pubic bone and your belly button. Pull in and draw the strap up and overhead. Awesome. So we're going to move with our breath. On the inhale, we're coming up, pausing and waiting for the exhale. It's the exhale that finds us moving the strap back. Great. Reground your feet. Inhale the strap up. Exhale, overhead. Can you feel it in the shoulder joint? Feel the shoulders moving. Great. Let's do 3 more, Pete. Just keep track for us. We're coming up. We're exhaling, overhead. Great. Did you say 26? Yeah. Gonna have to get an auditor.
2 more.
2 more. Thank you. So up, you guys. Oh, you're making great progress with this. So if somebody's watching at home and you don't have a yoga strap, you could certainly use the sash to your bathrobe.
Last one.
Last one, a towel. Great idea. Towel would be fantastic, Barbara. Now as we come up and we make this last one, everybody, up and overhead, we're going to pretend, we're going to act as if we're doing a 7th. I think we were at 5, Pete, but we'll see. We'll come up to the top. Now you guys remember you're opposite from me. So everybody press their feet down. Press the bottom firmly on the chair. Lift up through the crown of your head. And then slowly lean your torso and take the strap with you to your left. So I'm opposite you. Awesome. That's fantastic, everybody. Now see if you can't take the arms, their hands just a little bit wider. Great. Lift the chest. Come all the way up. Just pause. Wait for the breath out. And on the breath out, we'll go to your right. As you go to your right, everybody press down on your feet. Great, take a breath in, come up, and then over to your left on an exhale. Breathe out, go left. Great, Zane. Breathe in, come to center. Breathe out, go right. So now go on your own. Breathe in, come up, wait for your breath out to go to your left. Super. 2 more, everybody, on your own. The exhale is the exertion, so you want to inhale coming up, exhale going to the side. I'll know you're done when you just come up and take your strap back down to your lap. Great. We'll just drape the strap across the lap. Yeah. And now let's just roll the shoulders for a second. We're going to use the strap in a minute. Let's roll the shoulders up. Let's roll them back. And let's roll them down. So 2 more times. We're going up. We're going back. And we're moving down. Okay, now just pretend there's this big beach ball right in front of you. You'll roll the shoulders up. You'll round them forward, everybody, like you're hugging. You're getting your arms around the invisible big beach ball. And then rounding forward and down. And 2 more of these. So you're up. Beautiful. Oh, you've got it. Rounding, rounding, rounding. Forward and down. Feel like you're pulling the shoulder blades apart. And we're up. That's it, Carol. Remember the beach ball, it's huge. You have to wrap your hands around it as you go forward and down. And then back up for a second. Let's go back to our foundation and make sure that feet are even on the yoga mat. Rear end is even on the chair seat. And the crown of the head is reaching which way?
Towards us.
Up. Fantastic. So remember a second ago we were going right and left. Could you feel a difference? Was one side a little harder? Guess what side we're going to practice again? Your harder side. So take your strap up. If they were equally hard, you're just going to have to pick a side. So if it was harder when you went to the right, go ahead and go back there. If it felt harder when you went to the left, you'll lean that way. Oh, look at you guys. Everybody remembers. Now when we get here, we're going to leverage or use the strength of our legs. So push the feet into the yoga mat. That's it. Now pull the core in. So we use the core as well. Brilliant. Keep the core tight, keep the feet down as you inhale and come all the way up. And then just exhale the strap down. Great. Let's just put the strap, you know how they make that clanky noise when we drop them, so we'll quietly put them off to the side. Still staying right on the edge of the chair seat, everyone. Let's take the hands to the knees. Yeah, it's kind of like you're just gripping your knees with your hands. And we're going to get back into a rhythm with our breath now. So on the exhale, maybe Diane, if you turn to the side in your chair so everybody can see. You can see me from the front and you can see Diane from the side. We'll make the shape of the angry cat, everybody. So the back will round, the head will drop. You almost feel like you're trying, like you're a kitty cat trying to curl your tailbone between your two legs. And then when you breathe in, your hands, they'll start to slide towards your hips. Your chest will lift all the way up to the ceiling as you take this very slight back bend. Yeah, now think of a purring cat, everybody, a kitty cat, lifting its chest and its chin up. And then wait for your breath out. And on your breath out, become that angry cat. So this is the hissing Halloween cat. Pull the belly in, round the back. Wait for your in-breath, and on your in-breath, coming up slowly, lifting the chest. Great, letting the eyes gaze up just slightly towards your eyebrows. And then 2 more times. We'll exhale, become the angry cat again, rounding the back. When your inhalation, becoming the purring cat. Great, now just pause for a second. Push the bottom into the chair, lift the chest. And then on your exhalation, one more, we're angry cats again. So everybody right in the middle of your back. See if you can round a little bit more. And then on your inhalation, one more of the purring cats. Waiting for them purring and then meowing to start. You look fantastic. Lift the chest, lift the chest. Great. And then right back to center. Let's all close the eyes for just a moment and see if you can find that neutral space where the feet are pressing down. You're neither leaning forward nor leaning back. You're even on your bottom, and the crown of your head is reaching up. Great. If we open our eyes, let's walk our feet together so the edges of our big toes are pressing right against one another. And we'll reach over with our left hand. And let me show you 2 different ways. You can either just take your left hand and hold the outside of your right knee or your right thigh. That's one way. The other way, which is a little more difficult for the shoulder, is to turn the arm so that the palm is facing away from your body. Yeah, great. Yeah, Diane, you could just give Carolyn, Dave, a little bit of help with this one. And then your fingers, you guys, we call these spider fingers. These spider fingers are just going to come to the chair seat behind you. And we're all going to press down into our feet and begin to twist our bodies just a little bit to the right. So remembering again, I'm opposite from you. Great. Now there's a point, everyone, where you say, wow, I don't feel like I can go anymore. And that's fair, that's fine. Just push into your feet and lengthen up through the crown of your head. So we're just breathing as we feel the rotation in our torsos. Now back to the core. Draw the core in. Come all the way back and around. Great. Could you all feel it? A twist taking place. Yeah. Let's root our feet again. In other words, press our feet down because they're the base of our twist. And then this time, remember I'm opposite you. The back of your right hand comes to the outside of your left leg. The left fingers make the spider finger shape, and they come to the chair behind you. So the first rule we want to observe of this twist is to anchor the body. So feet pressed down, sitting bones pressed down. Now second guideline we'd like to follow is to lengthen our spine. So lift up through the crown of the head and begin to slowly twist from your belly, everybody. Feel like your belly is turning to the left. It may not feel like it goes very far, but Oh, can I twist a little bit to the left? Great, now when you find you've come to the end of the twist, just re-press, if that's even a word, it's probably not, press the feet back down. Lift up through the breastbone. And then very slowly come out and around using the core to help. Great. Let's take those spider fingers, the 10 spider fingers, and put them back at the back of the chair. Yeah. Let's step on our feet. Be very firm on the feet, taking them about hip width apart. And come into the purring cat position again. So you're pressing your sitting bones or your buttock bones down, and you're lifting your breastbone. Oh, beautiful. Wow, you got it. Lift the breastbone. And it's a balancing game, everybody. Not balance in that it's hard to stay upright, but balance between the weight on the feet, press down evenly. Balance on the buttock bones, press down evenly. Now lift both collarbones. Yes. And then just come back to this neutral position. Make sure the feet are hip width apart and look down, everyone. Make sure they're parallel to one another. And then just ever so slightly lean forward, pull in the core, and stand up. Great. That's it. If you need to use the sides of the chair, use the sides of the chair. That's it, Zane. Take your time. So there's always the option, everyone, to come and stand by the side of the chair if that feels a little bit more secure to you. He's going. That's it. Use the core, Zane. He's got it. Slow and steady wins the race for you, my friend. That's great. So we'll come and stand, everybody, with the weight even on both feet. We were practicing this when we were seated. That's it, Carol. Get the feet so they're parallel. Carol maybe can help Dave with his feet so they're parallel. Judy, I'm sorry, not Carol. And then we'll stand, everyone, with our hands just down by our sides. Great, thanks, Judy. And on a breath in, everyone, we're going to take the arms up halfway. And on the breath out, we'll draw the hands into a prayer position. If anybody feels like they would be more comfortable sitting, you can certainly sit and do this as well. On an inhale, push down into the feet. Beautiful, Carol. Lift up through the arms, everybody. I always say this is the class with the tallest men. John, reach up like you're going to touch the ceiling. That's it, Judy. Oh, she's giving you a run for your money, John. Judy is. And then on a breath out, everybody, arms come down. Fantastic. So we're going to continue to move with our breath, inhaling the arms halfway, exhaling the hands into a prayer position. Fabulous. Inhaling, the arms are reaching up, but the feet are pressing down, and on an exhalation, the arms are descending. Yeah, so feel your feet, and on a breath in, up come the arms halfway, and on an exhale, great, Dave, the hands come together. Push down and inhale the arms up, and on an exhale, lower the arms down. Super, let's do 2 more on our own. So your inhale takes your arms out, exhale together. Inhale, arms go up, exhale, arms come down. Great, last one. Super, now we'll add a little bit for the hamstrings. So can everyone walk around to the back of their chair? And we may have to move the chairs forward or backwards just a little bit. Okay, good. And once you come sideways, or once we get everybody's chairs positioned, we'll all hold on to the back of the chair. As we start to walk backward, I may run into the stage, but begin to walk backward, everybody. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see me as well. Walk backward until you feel like your back might actually look like a tabletop. Got it, John. Great, Zane. You're doing fantastic. Now the challenge, everybody, is we feel something going on behind the knees, right? Yes. So once you feel that stretch going on behind the knees. See if you can begin to slowly straighten the knees. They may not straighten. That's good, Carol. Got it? Super. Now just hold on to your chair and start to walk backwards. Yeah, leave the chair there. Yeah, just hold on to it.
Okay.
Got it? Yeah, make it a little bit wider with the hands. Yeah, now just walk backwards. Yeah, holding on to the chair. There you go. Super. Wow, y'all are doing a great job. Nobody's pulling their chair back. So remember the feet where we were working with earlier? Can everybody press the feet down evenly? And draw in the lower core. So from your pubic bone to your belly button, Carol, draw in the belly. That's it. Now the sitting bones, those are your buttock bones, feel like they're lifting up towards the ceiling. I'm waiting for all the boo hissing to start because it's probably intensifying what you feel in your hamstrings. Can you feel it, you guys?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, you're just very quiet this morning. Okay, great. Now keep your core drawn in. As you bend your right knee, bend it very deeply, the right knee, and push the left leg a little straighter. Great, Zane. Bend the right, push the left leg straight. Good. Now straighten the right, bend the left. That's it. As you bend the left, you want to straighten the right foot, pushing it into the floor. That's it, Dave. See if you can go forward a little bit more from here. Awesome. Now back and forth, you guys, 2 more times. Bending one knee and straightening the opposite leg. Can you feel how one is tighter than the other? Anybody?
They're both tight.
They're both, can you feel how they're both tight? Oh, John, hold on to the chair. Try not to lift it up. Yeah. That's it. And when you finish those 2, everyone, walk back up to the chair. Just take your time and walk slowly up to the chair. Just gonna put your glasses right here, John. Does feel good for the lower back and for the hamstrings. And then we'll walk right to the side of the chair if you want to use the chair to hold on to for balance. And if you don't think you need the chair, just come onto the center of the yoga mat. And right back we come to what's called mountain pose, where our feet are hip width apart. As wide as your hips. Yeah, that's it. Why don't you come to one side of the chair, Zane, so you can hold on. Great. We've got Dave in place. So from here, everyone, let's begin to bend the left knee. Just bend it initially. And then almost like you're inching it, inch by inch, closer to the right foot. Once it gets to the right leg, see if you can find a spot for the left foot to rest on the lower right leg. Now here's where the chair comes in handy, because if you feel like, oh gosh, I can't quite balance, just get close enough to the chair to provide some stability for you so that you can. Yeah, 2 hands works as well. Now when we practice our balancing, we're going to go back to the very beginning, to the fundamentals. The foot on the floor is pressing down. That's it, John. The core is drawing in, beautiful, Barbara, and the crown of the head is lifting up. So if anyone feels like, hey, I've got it, at least this morning, you might bring your hands to a prayer position. Oh, that's it. Still, the chair is always there. One-handed prayer is great. Yeah, the chair is always there. You can kind of lean on the chair, use it to support your weight. Lift up through the crown of the head. And let's lower the hand or hands first. And then we'll step on the left foot, everybody. Is the right ankle talking to you? Anybody feel tightness in their right ankle?
Yes.
Yes, Diane's saying yes.
Calf.
Calf. So let's do this, everyone. Take the right toes and just press them onto the yoga mat. So your feet, it's almost like you're going to step on the top of your right foot. Remember the toes in the very beginning, we were working with them to try to get them a little bit more flexible. So look at my foot for just a second. See how I'm more on the top of the foot. Can you see Judy? Yeah. Zane's laughing. He's like, really? And then let's stretch the toes of the left foot before we try the pose on the second side. That's it. Toes of the left foot pressing down. Do you remember which ankle and toes felt tighter before? Right. Do they feel tighter as you stand here now, Judy?
They still, I'm left-handed, left-sided, so they still feel tight.
Tight, yeah. So now we'll stand on the left foot. We want to have this broad base of the left foot. That's what is going to support our weight. Even if we lean on the chair, we want the base of the left foot to be broad. Right foot coming over and up wherever it can on the left leg. Just like Judy was saying, one side feels tighter to her. Often in balancing postures, one side is more difficult for us. So once you find your balance, you might play around with the one-handed prayer. I like that position. Or sometimes you get the prayer position for just a second and then you lose it. You lose the balance. That's okay. Just come back, right? It's the trying that's important. So drawing in the belly. That's it, Barbara. Beautiful. Lifting up through the crown of the head. You guys are doing a great job. And then stepping on the right foot. Arms coming down, just returning to our mountain pose where the feet are parallel. And then one more time, walking backward behind the chair, holding on to the sides, and stepping back until we have this nice flat tabletop back. Now where are all the goodies? We've had goodies every time we've been here. The goodies aren't here, the treats?
Over there.
Oh yes, they're still there. Great. There's our reward after our yoga class. Great, Zane, you're getting it, man. That's fantastic. So once you get here, let's go back a little bit, Dave. That's it, Carol, holding on to the chair. Be even on the feet, you guys, and lift the buttock bones or the sitting bones up toward the ceiling. Beautiful, Judy. As you walk to the front of the chair, everybody pull in your core. Drawing it in, and just walking slowly back to the chair. We'll come around now in front of the chair, and if balance feels like you need some support this morning, just stand with the legs just touching the chair, so you know the chair is there if you need to sit down. Feet once again are parallel. As we inhale and take our arms up halfway, and on an exhale, we draw our hands together. Great. On an inhale, the arms are reaching up. Now remember, as the arms reach up, the feet press down. And on an exhale, the arms are lowering down. It's an interesting ringtone somebody has. Let's inhale and take the arms up. And on the exhale, we'll draw the hands down. On the inhale, up you go, reach through the fingers, press down through the feet. And on the exhale, down come the arms. So I'm going to add a piece to it this time, you guys. On the inhale, up halfway. That's it, Carol. Beautiful. On the exhale, the hands come together. On the inhale, the arms go up. And on the exhale, everybody, hands to hips, knees bent. Come forward a little bit. Great. Now as you come forward, begin to straighten the legs. We'll get back to those hamstrings, which won't like it a whole lot. And then just bend the knees deeply. Feel for the chair. It's right where you left it. And come and sit. Oh, well done. Well done. Okay. So now once you get to the chair, just walk back with your rear end until you're right against the chair back. You now have some support in the chair. And let's go back to the very beginning, back to the basics. Are my feet pressing onto the floor evenly? Do I feel like I'm even on my right sitting bone and on my left, on my buttocks? And then the crown of my head, can it lift up towards the ceiling? Awesome. So let's all take in a deep breath. And on the breath out, remembering Diane and I are opposite from you, we'll go right ear to right shoulder. Oh, good. Let's just see how the neck feels this morning, both sides of it. Let's inhale and come back up to center. Great. On the exhale, let's go left ear to left shoulder. And then on an inhale, back to center. And on an exhale, right ear to right shoulder. Great. Now with your feet still pressing onto the floor, reach up with the right hand, everyone. Bring it up, lift it up and over the head, and place your right hand on your left temple. Right hand on left temple. Now sometimes the body, we won't quite realize it, will start sort of drifting over to the right. So make sure you're still sitting evenly on your sitting bones and your feet are still evenly on the floor. And we're going to use our powers of imagination this morning. Imagine that you have nostrils on the sides of your neck in addition to the end of your nose. And breathe, everybody, into those imaginary nostrils right on the sides of your neck. As you breathe into those imaginary nostrils, relax the lower jaw away from the upper jaw and the ears. And then just give the tightness on the left side of your neck a number rating. If 1 were loose as a goose and 10 were feels like rebar, give it a rating. File that away for a moment and then release the right hand. Push into the feet, draw in the core, and float the head back up. And just observe. Left side feels longer, doesn't it? So take a deep breath in, pushing into the feet, hollowing the belly, and then letting the left ear drop over to the left shoulder. Now if you're right-handed, this side might feel a lot tighter than the other side. So use your judgment as you take the left arm, reach it up, overhead. Place the left hand on the right temple. And we're not at all trying to force the left ear closer to the left shoulder. We're just noticing the tension, breathing into the tightness. Continuing to press the feet into the floor. You might experiment a little bit here and pull the right elbow down just a little bit closer to your right hip. Take 2 more breaths. Pushing the feet down, pulling in the belly, release the left hand, and then draw the head back up to center. Let's just pause for a moment. And then we'll slowly turn the head to your right, as if you were at the end of a busy street and you're just turning to the right to see if there's any oncoming traffic. And then you're coming through the center. Now you're going to look to the left to see if there's any oncoming traffic. And then back to center again. Whichever side of your neck felt tighter, we're going to stretch that side again. So if it was the right side, you'll take your left ear to your left shoulder. If it was your right side, your left side, you'll take your right ear to your right shoulder. So if your head is to the left, it's the left hand that comes overhead. If your head is to the right, it's your right hand that comes overhead. Now once again, play the imagination game. Feel like you're breathing right into the sides of your neck. Remembering the importance of your foundation, pressing into your feet, pressing into your bottom. Pulling the elbow that's not overhead. Pull that elbow down just a little bit. And then slowly, everybody, release the hand. Remember to always pull in the core. And draw the head up. Great. Take the hand that you would write with if you were to pick up a pen and sign your name, and put that hand just beneath your belly button. Yep, so it's on your lower belly. And then the hand that you don't write with, put it just above the belly button. Great. And take a second and make sure you feel comfortable in the chair, that you're even on the right side and on the left. And then just allow the eyes to softly close. As the eyes close softly, begin to notice the gentle rhythm of your breath. And even though we occasionally hear noise both inside the room and outside the room, our breath awareness practice, our meditation on the breath practice, is to keep drawing our mind back to breathing in and breathing out. Now just take the hand that's beneath your belly button, the lower hand, and lift it up and place it just above your chest. So you have one hand on your middle abdomen, one hand just above your chest. And you just want to feel the breath here. That's it, Carol. Pick up the bottom hand and bring it right up where your name tag is. That's it. Now everybody take that lower hand and along with the upper hand, put your fingertips right on your collarbones. And feel the rhythm of your breath here. We'll take both hands now, position them on the thighs, either face up or face down. And then one more time, notice the feet. Do they feel like they're supporting the same amount of weight? Do the backs or the palms of your hands feel like they are evenly placed on your thighs? Just notice initially and then make whatever subtle or obvious change you need to make. Without changing your breath, just observe it. Feel the breath as it comes in through the nose. Feel the breath as it leaves the nose. As your mind becomes distracted by noises or talking or thoughts, or even physical sensations in your body, just gently guide the mind back to the breath. The eyes still closed. Float the hands off your thighs and join them together. And as we've done all morning in our class, notice, are you pushing more with one hand than the other? Can both palms press evenly into the other palm as you slowly lower your head? As you lower your head, just notice what feels different, what has changed for you as a result of the effort that you invested this morning in your yoga practice. When you're ready, return the hands to the thighs. Allow the head to slowly, slowly lift, and the eyes to slowly open.